Welcome to Pastor Josh. We're reading Rex. Rex, by that I mean recommendations. These are books that I would recommend that I've read that have given me some challenge and some joy and have brought me further in my faith and in loving God with my mind. Maybe you are a person who just loves a Sunday morning, loves the sermons, loves to wrap your head around what's going on there, loves reading your Bible. But you want to go deeper into some of those intellectual concepts and the intellectual traditions of our faith, which has been going on for a very long time. I mean, since day one, Paul was dealing with these difficult concepts and trying to bring them in a way that everybody could understand. And that's kind of what we have been racking our heads against, some of the hardest questions of human existence for a long time. And I think books are a great way to explore that and a great way to worship God through the written word. So one of the great books that I feel has been really meaningful for me, and is the first book I'd like to review, is the Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. This is one of the less interesting covers of this book. I'm not sure when this edition came out. The first book came out, or the first edition, it was first published in 1942. So it's been around for a long time. Gone through several editions since then. Essentially the basic plot is that this is letters between two demons, an older demon to a younger one, trying to train him on how to tempt a soul and draw it away from God and devour it, essentially. The younger demon is named Wormwood, and the letters are from his uncle, whose name is Screwtape. And so Screwtape sends these 31 letters about how to tempt a soul. And it's very interesting approach to the demonic and to the dark side of spirituality. I think it's fascinating because, so much of this writing and anything that you hear about it, do Google searches on the demonic or anything, and you're going to find sensationalist stuff and people talking in deep voices with red eyes and all kinds of other garbage, which is not helpful, really, at the end of the day. The true art of temptation, I think, is much more like what we have in this book, which is a slow and scheming, frightening undermining of everything that is good and whole and real in the world. One of the great passages in this book is in the preface, which is Lewis writing here. He says, "There are two equal and opposite errors into which our race can fall about the devils. One is to disbelieve in their existence. The other is to believe and feel an excessive and unhealthy interest in them." So basically talking about either we are obsessed with them and we focus so much on the demonic that we lose our way, and that we just lose the plot, basically, which is to follow Christ and to know Christ better. We get into the dark side, the evil side of it, or we try to explain away their existence at all. So there's these two equal dishes, and they're both problems on either side of the road here. So he deals with these two demons that are trying to tempt this patient, and they're trying to tempt the patient toward hell. And they do that through very mundane things, through trying to get him to, like the opening gambit, he says, "Oh, Wormwood, don't try to convince your patient that atheism is true. Convince him that it's exciting." Right? So it's a lot of dealing with our humanity and our narcissism and our irritation in daily life, and how to undermine all that, and bring him along to where he's essentially falling apart as a human being. It doesn't work. And there's another twist ending between Wormwood and Screwtape that I won't tell you, that I won't blow for you. So this is a great book. Warnings, maybe. C.S. Lewis is a product of his time. He was a white man in England in the 1940s. You may find some of the ideas that come across chauvinistic, or some of the language chauvinistic. He uses some older terms. He uses the term materialist for an atheist. A materialist is a person who believes that the only thing in the world is the materials of the world. Very popular term in his time, maybe a little bit foreign to us. It's fast read, probably around 100 pages in most editions, maybe a little more, and probably take you just an afternoon, but highly, highly recommended. I'll leave a link in the comments below. Thanks so much.